Hello there, lovely folks of YouTube. Ren here. It has snowed. If you watched last week's video, you would have seen the snow in the background. I'm filming this just after the snow ended. It's getting close to dusk, but I wanted to make sure to get out here while the snow was still, like, pristine, so we can get a little bit of the nice winter ambiance that we have going here in the garden. Especially because I'm working tomorrow, which means I won't get a chance to film anything. So even though it's a little darker, you know, there's still some sunlight, and let's just go out and we'll just look through the garden and see what we see. This is the first time I'm seeing a lot of this stuff too. I literally have not set foot outside yet, so we're gonna be experiencing this together. All right, so let's start. I'm going down my back door here. This is kind of a tricky proposition because everything is covered in snow, but also it was raining and sleeting before the snow, so there's almost certainly ice underneath it. Whew. All right, you can see my blueberry bush is just like bowed down to the ground. The bird bath is completely full. I do have bird seed and suet both in the bird feeders over here, so let's I'm gonna knock these out. Okay. Wow. That didn't do a whole hell of a lot. Okay. The birds will find it. They'll get to it. So look at that. My hazel is just looking gorgeous. And there's a lot of trash because it's just after the holidays. That. I just love how quiet it is when it snows like this. I almost hate to walk through it, honestly. Whew. This is like real snow. This is snowball snow. I actually gathered up some of this snow earlier when I was making the simmer pot, and it is like perfect snowball snow. Look at that. I think it's probably, you can see the ground was pretty warm beforehand. It was like 70 degrees yesterday, and then it snowed today. So it's still pretty soft underneath. It hasn't frozen the ground yet, but the ground will freeze overnight tonight because we're forecast to get down to about 19 degrees. Ah, crap. You can see I put burlap on my gardenias over here, and they've gotten all bowed down under the weight of the snow. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything is just completely, oh my gosh, look at my sky pencil holly. Oh my god. Those things are normally upright and they're just completely bowed over. There's a lot of water out here underneath this snow. It's kind of crazy. You can hear my heat pumps running. Let me see if I can get around to where the pond is. See what that's looking like. Yeah, there's the pond there. Yeah, it's starting to ice over, definitely. I'm sure it'll be a full layer of ice by the time tonight is done. Wow. We don't get snows like this very often. Maybe only once or twice a winter will we actually get a snow. And those snows are usually not as heavy as this snow. So, this is kind of a big deal. It's just so pretty though. Definitely something that's best enjoyed from looking out your window though, because I'm starting to get kind of frozen here. You can see all the stuff I didn't cut back is just kind of gathered and collected snow here. The trees in particular are especially pretty. You can see up higher up a lot of the snow has come out of that maple tree that my neighbor has, but the branches lower down still have a lot of the snow on them. Oh. Same thing with like the tulip poplar, my other neighbor's tree. Up at the top it's pretty clear of snow, but the further you down you go, the more snow there is. this is, I'm glad that we did get a snow like this before we get the heavy frost, because the snow kind of helps to blanket and insulate the plants a little bit from a really hard freeze. And it is going to be a hard freeze down, you know, like I said, 19 degrees is really cold. Fahrenheit, that's, where would that be? Like minus, somewhere between -5 and -10 centigrade? No, I think that's about -10 centigrade, so, yeah. Anyway, I think I'm going to cut this short here. Just going back the way I came, I'm going to take a stick and see if I can knock some more of that snow and ice off of the bird feeder for the birds. That's basically all I really do to winterize is, you know, I have a couple tender plants, mostly the gardenias over there. I try to cover them up with burlap, which, we'll see how that worked. They're all getting bent down. And then I always make sure I put out something for my feathered friends here, the suet and the bird seed. And then, of course, I have a few plants here in my cold frame. That's also where I store the extra bird seed. I don't like to keep it in the house because sometimes there's bugs in it, so. But yeah, there it is. My January garden. Don't really have anything else to say, just really nice to sort of enjoy the snow that we so rarely get down here. So anyway, I hope this video finds you well, and I will see you again soon.